in last module, we talk about pay for performance. So in this module, we will talk about how to tie employee compensation to company-wide returns. So let's zoom out for a moment and look at the bigger picture. The goal of employee reviews is not just to hand out ratings or tick boxes. It is to create happy, engaged, and productive employees. Because when your people are motivated and aligned with the company goals, everyone wins. One of the most powerful ways to boost that alignment is by tying employees' compensation to company-wide firm-wide return. In other words, connecting individual performance with how the company is doing as a whole. Think about it. When employees see their hard work isn't just helping their own role, but actually contributing to company's growth, customer success, and profitability, they feel like part of something bigger. And when compensation reflects the connection, engagement goes up, accountability increases, and the performance becomes purpose-driven. So in this module, we are going to explore how to do just that, how to structure your annual reviews and incentive programs in a way that ties individual effort to organizational outcomes. Because when compensation aligns with company success, you are not just rewarding work, you are reinforcing a winning mindset across your entire team. As usual, we will think about a quote first. In this quote, Sibyl said, "The way your employee feels is the way your customer will feel. And if your employee does not feel valued, neither will your customers." That's not just a feel-good message, it's a business truth. So often, companies focus all their energy on the customer experience, marketing strategies, loyalty programs, service training. But here's the reality. Your customer experience will never be better than your employee experience. If your employee feel ignored, unappreciated, or disengaged, the energy doesn't stay hidden. It shows up in how they speak, how they serve, how they show up. On the other hand, when employees feel valued, heard, and recognized, they pass that feeling along. They go extra mile. They treat customers like people, not just transactions. They care because someone's cared for them. So if you are trying to improve your company or your customer satisfaction, start by asking, how do my employees feel working here? Because that answer will echo far beyond the walls of your organization. So, one of the most effective ways to connect employee compensation to company-wide success is to set up a quarterly revenue target. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That sounds complex, maybe even intimidating. But the truth is, it's not as daunting as it seems. And when done right, it can be incredible, powerful for aligning your entire organization. Setting a clear revenue target gives everyone, manager, teams, and individual, something tangible to work toward. It creates focus. It gives meaning to the work being done. And when employees know that meeting those goals contribute to their own success as well as the company's, you create a culture of shared accountability and motivation. So, how do you get started? It's simpler than you think, First, determine your anticipated growth rate of the year for the year. Then, break them down by your key market segments, whether that's by customer type, location, or demographic. Develop a clear plan for how you will reach each segment: marketing, sales strategy, product offerings. Figure out the resources and employees' time needed to realistically hit those targets. And most importantly, get buy-in. When your entire team is committed to the goal, you already won half the battle. A well-communicated quarterly revenue target doesn't just guide the company, it energizes it. It turns abstract goals into shared missions and transforms employees into stakeholders in the company's success. Once your company has its quarterly revenue targets in place, the next critical step is to break those big picture goals down into something more personal, employees' goals. Because your company doesn't grow by accident, it grows when every individual understands how their role contributes to the bigger mission. That's where setting employee goal comes in. These goals help employees stay focused, accountable, and motivated. But here's the key. They have to be clear, measurable, and reasonable. Otherwise, you risk confusion and burnout. So, how do you make sure your goals are set up for success? Here are a few simple guidelines. First, be specific. Employees should know exactly what's expected, and supervisors should be able to easily measure progress. Include milestones so there's a way to track the journey, not just the end results. The goal should be attainable. It should challenge the employee but not overwhelm them. It must be relevant. The goal should connect directly to the company's objective. And finally, be smart about timing, Give enough time for achievement, but not so much that urgency disappears. When employee goals are thoughtfully set and clearly communicated, they don't just drive performance, they drive engagement, confidence, and purpose. Because people want to know where they are going and that their work truly matters. Let's talk about one of the most powerful tools for staying aligned and on track: quarterly reviews. These reviews are not just checkpoints, they are opportunities to refocus, re-engage, and realign everyone toward the shared goal. Quarterly reviews give you a chance to pause and ask, are we making progress? Are we facing new challenges? And most importantly, is everyone on the same page? Because when people are informed, they feel empowered. And empowered employees takes ownership. These reviews shouldn't be kept behind closed doors. The results need to be shared with employees and upper management alike. Let your team know where the company stands. Celebrate the wins, but also transparent about the gaps. If there are obstacles holding the company back, share them. And just as importantly, share the solution the company is planning to put in place. Then invite feedback, ask employees what they think. Encourage them to suggest other ideas, because the people closest to the work often have the most practical insights. And don't forget to look forward. Use this time to introduce future goals and let your employees see how their continued efforts will shape what's next. When you make quarterly reviews open, honest, and collaborative, they become more than just a meeting. They become a culture of shared responsibility, and strategic momentum. So, you have set your company goals, your employees' goals, and you have conducted meaningful quarterly reviews. You have tracked progress, addressed challenges, and celebrated wins. Now comes the part everyone's been waiting for. It's time to pay out. Yes, achieving goal is rewarding in itself, but let's be honest, a little extra motivation never hurts. And that's exactly what quarterly incentive payouts provide. They are not just financial rewards, they are an intangible reminder that every effort matters, performance is noticed, and results do pay off. Quarterly payouts don't need to be massive to make an impact. Even small, consistent rewards keep energy high and momentum going. They help your employees stay focused, feel appreciated, and stay aligned with the company's big vision. And the best part, these payouts reinforce a performance-driven culture. Once where goals are not just talked about, they actively pursued and rewarded. So whether it's a bonus, a gift, or another type of incentive, make sure your team feels the connection between what they do and what they earn. Because performance is recognized regularly, not just once a year, you don't just motivate people, you mobilize them. So after consider all these points, you may want to apply what you understand in a case study. So let's take a look at how the right leadership, a clear goal, and effective incentive system can transform motivation in the workplace. Roger has been working at Chick's Chocolate Company for 3 years. Recently, the company brought in new management, and with that came fresh energy, a lot of exciting changes. One of the key players in the transformation is Nancy, a new manager who's been tasked with identifying underperforming markets and boosting sales in those areas. Nancy does her homework and determined that one segment they have been missing is women between the age of 20 to 25. She creates a strategic goal, focuses on the market, and rolls out a clear plan to achieve it. But she doesn't stop there. She ties the plan to quarterly reviews and payouts. This game changer, suddenly Roger and his teammates are not just going through the motions. They are engaged, energized, and working harder than ever. Why? Because now they understand what the goal is, why it matters, and how their performance connects directly to the rewards. It's a perfect example of how well-designed quarterly reviews and incentive payouts can align employees with company strategy and sparks a culture of shared success. As usual, I have a 2 questions for you. 1, what did Nancy do well to boost motivation among employees like Roger? 2nd question, why do you think quarterly reviews with payouts are more effective than annual reviews alone? Think about it, and you may want to write down your point of views. And of course, I will share my point of view as well. So, look at the first question. What did Nancy do well to boost motivation among employees like Roger? For me, she identified a clear business opportunity and set a specific, measurable goal. And she communicated the plan effectively so employees understood the focus. She introduced quarterly reviews and payouts, linking effort to reward. This approach provided both clarity and motivation, which increased employee engagement. So this is what Nancy do well. 2nd question, why do you think quarterly reviews with payouts are more effective than annual reviews alone? For me, They provide more frequent feedback and allow for course correction throughout the year. And employees stay motivated and focus on short-term goals. It creates stronger sense of urgency and accountability. More regular recognition helps maintain momentum and keeps employees engaged and aligned with company's goal. So these are the quarterly reviews and with payouts are more effective. These are the reasons. All right, let's see you again in the next module.